just to come and have those anchor babies to get on Medicaid. We've already seen that happening. That's one reason Nathan Deal has been doing it. I'll yield back to Dr. Fleming. Thank you.
I thank the gentleman. I thank both gentlemen from Georgia for your comments and, again, your many years of experience as physicians. I'd like to change the topic slightly, and that is to talk about process for a moment. Now, what I would really describe this situation is one in which, as this debate continued, Mr. Speaker, as this debate continued through the year, it began to lose momentum almost immediately. We began to see the polls. At first it was 50-50. Half America wanted this health care reform but didn't know much about it. The other half really didn't want it. But as this debate has gone on and on and on, and the news gets out, the acceptance of this has dropped. In fact, today it is at its lowest point that it's been. I think we're up to now 55% of Americans are against it, and down in the 30s are actually for it. In fact, a CNN poll, and I'm sure that CNN wouldn't be considered as an extreme right-wing media outlet, shows that they asked the question in a little different way. What should we do with this bill? 75% of Americans said either scrap it all together and forget about it or start over again. And that's exactly where we are. We'd like to start over again and pass common sense reforms without the government takeover of health care. Well, anyway, as this thing has been losing steam, it has caused more and more difficulty for the other side of the aisle to get things passed, vote after vote. And we saw that there was such a reaction across the country that our good friend Scott Brown was elected to, believe it or not, Senator Kennedy's seat, something that no one could have imagined this time a year ago. And while he's an excellent candidate, something else had to be in play there, and we know what it is, and that is health care. Also through the process, to get it through the Senate, even with the 60 votes that already were there, it took special deals, and I'll just name them real quickly. The Louisiana purchase, $300 million to go to my state of Louisiana, which would seem ostensibly to be a good thing, but by signing this bill, the president would actually cause costs that would be far greater than $300 million that we would receive. So the net result is money lost, not money gained. The Nebraska kickback, which everyone has hated, and in fact what it's going to do is probably will pass in this reconciliation, if it's passed, will actually extend the same benefit to all states, which is going to drive up taxes and cost. A $10 million earmark for Connecticut Hospital for Chris Dodd, our senator, and certainly Gatorade, where every state will lose its Medicare Advantage except for the state of Florida. But if that wasn't enough, Mr. Speaker, now that we're in the House, we've got another situation. We're talking about reconciliation. That is, instead of sending it to the Senate in the final form and have it passed and get past the cloture rules over there, they want to slide it in under reconciliation, a mere 51 votes. But all of that bad as it is, now we're talking about the slaughter solution, and I'll pitch back to my friend Dr. Brown for his comments.
Well, thank you, Dr. Fleming. I appreciate your yielding. In fact, I've wondered, and I'm sure the American people are wondering, why is it that Democrats don't want to have a vote on a bill? Well, you're just telling them right now today in this special order why the Democrats don't want to have a vote on the bill, because they